This is Two Chicks Talkin Flicks, where we review movies. Love them or hate them, someone's got to do it. So enjoy the show. Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm April.
And this is Two Chicks Talkin Flicks.
And anything else that gets in the mix.
So, April.
Yeah, Sarah.
We threw an audible. That's a football term. I don't know if you know it.
No.
But basically...
A curveball. I know what that is.
Yeah, we had a plan. Mm-hmm. We picked a movie. Mm-hmm. We scrapped that movie. Mm-hmm. And we chose a different one.
Because we thought we found a better choice. It's been a long time since we've had, a bad choice.
Yeah. So...
But... the bad choices we've made in the past, we've gone in it knowing that we were going to hate it.
True.
This one, okay, so it's Halloween month.
Yeah.
We had a witch theme, and we were like, let's do Blair Witch.
Yes.
And then when I was looking it up, I found out that there was a part 3, and I was like, oh, we have to watch all 3 parts now. And Sarah's like, no, the first one sucked. And I was like, yeah, and the second one was worse. And she's like, and that's all the more reason not even to do a trilogy. Yeah. And so I was like, let's see what else is available. So we're cruising the on-streams platforms, and I come across The Munsters on Netflix, a 2022 release. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a movie. It's an hour and a half long. We'd watch no trailers, nothing. We just went into this like, Netflix has never let us down.
Yeah.
Let me just say we did not even finish the movie.
Let me save you some time. Don't do it. Just, don't watch it and just walk away.
I like the idea of it. I like where they were going with it. It just was not executed properly.
No.
The scenes ran way too long.
Yeah. It's like we were watching a really bad play that they hadn't worked on very long.
Yeah.
And they were really excited about.
Yeah, it was just, you could see if they just had maybe 6 or 7 more rewrites.
Yeah.
They could have landed it.
I think they should have just never tried. It was so bad that I would rather watch
all 3 Blair Witches.
Well, there is that.
We did consider stopping and just watching Blair Witch.
Yeah, that if that doesn't tell you how bad this is.
And the Blair Witch isn't bad. Here's the problem with the Blair Witch. It makes my stomach hurt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's too much running around.
So I remember seeing it when I think when it first came out, we saw it at the drive-in. It wasn't that I hated it. It's not the greatest movie.
No.
I actually rather watch Scary Movie where they're making fun of it than watch the actual movie.
I think The Blair Witch is a perfect movie for its time.
Yeah.
It's just imagine, somebody making a movie on their phone, but with cameras. And when you really stop and think about it, I do love a lot of things about the Blair Witch movies.
Yeah.
And it is an amazing film for how it was made.
If they were to redo it, do the exact same movie as the first
just
one.
Just update it.
And did it with GoPros. I think it could be better.
Yeah.
But it was just, it's not that great. But I would have 100% rather watched that than The Munsters.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Comparing the Blair Witch to other movies, no, it's not great.
No.
But it being the first of its kind, it is fantastic. If you're measuring it by itself for what it is, how it was made, the budget, like these are like student actors, you know, where they were given information just, you know, like they each got, from what I remember, they each got like a little envelope with their, you know, storyline every day of what's supposed to happen. I remember like Michael, he's like, okay, you're supposed to lose the map, you know, and just like fucking don't care, like you're over it type shit, you know? And when you think about the direction they received like that, it is really good. Like these are impromptu like moments.
I love a good mockumentary.
Yeah. And the setup for it was so spectacular. They made it seem like it was real. Unfortunately, when I saw it, I already knew that it was fake.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know, like I wish I had not known that going in, how I would, if it would have been scary, because the film was not scary for me. You know, like all the running around, it made me nauseous, you know, and I was like, you know, because I knew it was fake, you know, I didn't see the real terror.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's going overboard, you know, but like, now that I'm older, because I saw this movie as a teenager, you know, I have more life experience. Maybe I would fucking react like that if I was terrified, you know, like now having lived life and seeing all these tragedies occur, I see that different people react different ways, you know, so yeah.
Well,
there's really not much to say about the monsters.
Yeah. I did want to say that we didn't choose to watch Blair Witch after we stopped watching the monsters. So we picked a little gem called Fun Size.
Yeah.
And that basically is one of my favorite genres is one night movies. Movies where everything happens in one night. And I always like those. I don't know why. It just all wraps up in a nice little bow. But basically we have Ren. She is going away to college. Her dad just died. And she wants to go to a party that this popular boy in school invited her to. Her mom is dealing with the grief of her dad. And she decides to go to a party with her 26-year-old boyfriend. And so now she's stuck watching her brother, and he's a real handful. He's 8.
And ever since the dad died, he stopped speaking.
Yeah. And so her friend is not happy that they're not going to the party.
And her name is April.
Yeah, and she's awful.
I kind of am.
Yeah, she's a bit awful.
My whole thing is like, why didn't you take the kid with you? Like, what's the problem? I took my brother everywhere.
Well, that wasn't the problem. The problem was that he got lost. And so, or he ran off.
Yeah. Like the kid was cute.
Yeah.
And he was a lot of fun.
Yes. Yeah.
But oh my God, I do not like looking at it as a sister perspective, like fuck that kid. You know, fuck him. Like he's got like did he even, I don't say he didn't get lost. He hid from his sister and then he just went off on an adventure because he didn't know where anybody was.
Yeah, I feel like you would do that. I think you were the kid.
No.
Disneyland.
Okay, so
come on, April.
First of all, I was an adult. Okay,
True.
I don't know if you guys know, but I went to Disney with my friends a few years ago, and I did not lose my friends. They took off without me. Okay, so I bought this Star Wars thing, this little like baby, no, was it Yoda? I can't remember what the fuck I bought, but I bought something. Oh, I know what it was. It was a little Sphero. Anyways, but I bought it like at the beginning of the morning. And then I was like, fuck, I'm going to have to carry this with me all day long. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to return this and then I'll buy it on the way out. Spoiler alert, I never got around to buying it. But anyways, I returned it. And of course, there was like a long ass line. And then when I finally came out, I couldn't find my friends. They had all of their phones in like the backpack. And then later on, their phones died and my phone was dying. So I couldn't like call them back. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Right. So I had the best time at Disney by myself. Okay. The best time.
Yeah.
Listen, I recommend Disney by yourself. So yeah, I would definitely do Disney again. Like if I lose y'all, I'm not about to try to find y'all again.
Yeah. You know, so that's why
I'm the kid.
You're the kid.
I would be the kid, I 100%.
Guess. I would be the sister looking for your ass and be like, where are you?
I'm telling you right now, don't look for me. I'm long gone. I'm on the other side of the park, cutting through lines and having the best time.
Yeah. But let's talk about this movie.
Yes.
So I love when it first starts and we have Ren. She's getting ready. She's saying how crazy her family is.
Did it not remind you of Lizzie McGuire's movie?
A little bit. So she's taking a shower and all of a sudden she's like sniffing something and she peeks open the curtain and her little brother is naked, taking a shit in the bathroom.
They didn't have to put him that naked. Right. You know?
Yeah, he was very naked. Okay, so by the way, this is a Nickelodeon movie, but it is like an R-rated version of a Nickelodeon movie.
It makes sense that it's a Nick movie.
I was just like, wow, this is pretty hardcore for Nickelodeon because
Nick
Disney
at Night
definitely would not have done this.
No.
Never. Chelsea Handler is the mom.
I don't like her.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never hated her.
I'm surprised you hate everyone.
I know, right? No, I used to watch her show every now and then. I like her stand-up sometimes.
Don't care for her. Or Amy Schroeder, or whatever her name is.
Amy Schumer.
Yeah, I don't care for her either.
Yeah, I think they're actually best friends.
Or that redhead. What's her name? She's a B or a C actor or comedian.
Oh, Kathy Griffin?
Yeah, I don't like her either.
Yeah. But we do like that lady we went and saw,
Jenny Roberts, you know, she died.
She died?
Oh, yeah, like last year.
No.
Yes, we are so fortunate to have seen her while we had the chance.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How did I not hear about that?
I don't know.
Did she die of COVID?
No, she's not died of COVID.
What is Love Brain doing?
Oh, I don't know. She's the one who would tell us all their life stories.
Damn it. I just thought about us going to that the other day. And I was like, that was like right before the pandemic, right?
Yep.
Not too long before.
So much. We did so much right before the pandemic. We really, did that. The Stars game.
Really got it out of our system. Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day. And I was like, I wonder if she's coming back on tour. And I was going to be like, hey, we should go see her.
Yeah, no. I think her last show is online, but I haven't clicked it because I don't want to see her last show.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
I know.
She's hilarious.
I love her. She has good, clean jokes. She's just a great storyteller, you know?
And it's like some of her jokes are things that like happen to
yeah,
like you will never believe what just happened to me, and those are her stories.
I know one of the stories is where she made a grocery list for her husband, and he comes back and like he's gone forever, right? And all she needed was like 2 things to make something or other, and she gave him a handful of other things to pick up while she's at it, and he comes back in with with bags, and he just keeps going out and bringing him more bags and more bags. And then she's like, what the hell is this? So she opens up one of the bags and there's like 4 gallons of milk. And then she opens up the next bag and it's like 5, I don't know, bags of sugar. And it just continues and continues. And then she realizes what had happened. And then when he comes in one of those rounds, she's like, I know, I figured it out, but it was too late. I was already checking out. And so when she put on the list, like 1, eggs, 2, milk, 3, butter, he took that as bring 4 boxes of butter, 5 gallons of milk, 6 watermelons, 7 loaves of bread. And it was like, oh my God, that was so funny.
Because he's left brain.
Yeah, he's a left brainer.
I'm a right brainer, if anybody was wondering.
What am I?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're right-handed.
Okay.
So probably a left brain.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah. Most of the time. But I'm definitely in my right mind.
Hey.
Anyways, so this movie, the mom's boyfriend is Kevin.
He needs to just pick a name. Is his name Keith or Steven? Who's Kevin? Yeah. He's a Kevin.
Yeah, it's a bad name.
It is.
I said, how is her doing that embryos April? And I was like, embryos embarrasses. Oh. But my phone kind of changed it when I was typing it. Anyways, I've never understood that. If I'm doing something embarrassing, how does it embarrass you? Because it's me. I'm embarrassing myself. You have nothing to do with it.
Again, like, we weren't those kinds of girls.
I guess, yeah.
Like, first of all, we weren't trying to be popular. So if one of us wanted to do something dumb, which was usually me, I just did it.
Yeah.
And if anything, I was encouraged.
I don't know if I've talked about this, but I used to do this thing and it would drive my friend crazy.
What is it?
So as we were walking down the hall, I would get on my tippy toes and I would walk like very straight up and down on my tippy toes next to her. So I just looked like a weird gazelle. And it wasn't like a cute thing. I looked ridiculous. And I used to do it all the time. And she would be so mad. And I'm like, why does me doing this embarrass you? It has nothing to do with you. They're not going to be like, why is that girl hanging out with that girl? That's embarrassing. It'd be more like, why is that girl doing that weird walk? They don't care about you.
That's true. All the focus is on you.
Yeah, not you.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I don't know. I live my life exactly how I want.
Yeah, me too.
If you're in it, you're in it. And if you're not, you're not.
So they go shopping for Halloween outfits on Halloween.
Yeah, I'm surprised how large of a selection there was. And then she just happened to have an apron to make herself look like Dorothy, which, okay, fine. I could see you having some kind of apron that's checkered. But her shoes.
Well, she said she happened to have this costume. I'm guessing it was because she's a big fan of Pink Floyd and they have a Dorothy.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing that's kind of what her deal was.
Yeah, you just throw shit together.
Yeah, no one has to know.
Yeah. It's like, I planned this. This was my plan.
I'm going as Snow White this year.
Ooh.
I have my whole costume. It's all ready to go. I'm
going to wear the costume I bought 2 years ago.
Yay.
The R2-D2.
Woo.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. Let's see here. So her mom goes to a party. She's dressing as Britney Spears.
I didn't know that she was Britney Spears. I thought she was just like a Catholic schoolgirl.
The silence is deafening because I'm looking at you like, how do you not know she was Britney Spears?
No, I didn't get it.
She's from the Oops, I Did It Again video.
Well, for me, you think like slutty, Catholic schoolgirl costume. That's what I thought. I didn't put that she's trying to be Britney Spears.
Oh, that's the first thing I thought of.
No, not me.
Oh, well, she was trying to be Britney Spears.
Yeah.
And I put, she's a bad mom.
She is.
Like, this is the first Halloween. Halloween was very important to your husband, to your son. This is the first Halloween without him. And you're going to leave and make your daughter watch your son when she had a party to go to, just so you can dress as Britney Spears and go with your 26-year-old boyfriend.
I will say that she is still grieving.
Yeah.
And we all do it. Like, this might be very well the first thing she's actually gone out to do.
True.
And she's really excited.
Yeah.
Like 6 months ago from October was what, Cinco de Mayo or something?
Yeah.
Like she probably didn't do that. Easter maybe she missed.
Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say.
It's sad that her first thought is not to spend it with her children.
Yeah.
But I can't critique her that hard.
That's true.
So besides, the kid is nonverbal. He can't really complain. And the daughter, it sucks for her, I think, the worst.
Yeah.
So
she's having to step
and
up.
It's not so much that she's upset that she's not going to spend Halloween with the family, is that she's stuck babysitting.
Yeah.
So.
And it seems like the mom has her watch the son a lot now. So she's kind of become a second parent to the poor kid.
Yeah.
Which really stinks for him.
But I get it because I was in that role.
Yeah.
I watched the kid a lot.
I feel like you're still in that role.
I kind of feel bad. Like I was not like, just imagine being a teenage mom, but at least you have a baby.
Yeah.
This is a kid that's 5 years younger than you, who's not going to listen to your authority.
Yeah.
And then because it's a sibling, you're more on an even playing field. So it's like, I kind of have to listen to her, but if I don't, like, what's really going to happen? Like, what can she really do? So, I really feel I did a bad job raising my brother, but I was a teenager. Yeah. I did what I could with what I had.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but his shortcomings aren't a reflection of you. It's a reflection of his own.
True.
My sister and I were raised by the same parents in the same atmosphere, and we're completely different people.
Yes.
Though we are merging into the same person, it is very scary.
Yeah. But then on top of that, like, my mother passed away when he was barely 18.
Yeah.
And then I was 24.
Yeah.
So right before she got sick, that's when I was living far away. I was living in Houston. I was living in New York. I went back to Houston, and then I came back for her illness.
Yeah.
And then she passed away. And then I kind of felt I've just been here since, like I had dreams of like traveling, like right before my mother was diagnosed, I was already interviewing for a job in Seattle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And when she got diagnosed with ovarian cancer, I had to call and just be like, I can't take the job.
Yeah.
Like who knows where I would have been right now.
you wouldn't have been here with me doing this lovely podcast.
No, who knows where I would have gone from Seattle, you know?
You could have been a traveling man.
Yeah, I probably did not see myself coming back to Texas. Not permanently. Yeah. I think this is why also I have no desire to own a house, because I feel like if I get a house, I will be trapped here. Because I am still like, at any moment, if the perfect opportunity turns up, I will pick up and go. Like, but obviously those opportunities just don't come by like that.
Well, you also have to like apply for the job. That's in other places.
Yeah.
That's a little caveat that they don't tell you about.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like movies where people will just see you at the grocery store and they're like, hey, I see you're a person. Do you want to get this job? It's all the way in Australia. And you're like, yeah, I do. That's weird that you asked me that, because I do. That doesn't happen in real life.
But like, still, I think about it, like that whole work from home thing.
Yeah.
Like, I could be in Europe working from home, and like, sure, I would work, from like 2 a.m. to like 1 in the afternoon or whatever. And then I would have my evenings or afternoons in like Paris. Yeah. I would have my weekends, in Morocco or something. Like, I would be closer to all these points. So that is something I've thought of, is like getting a job where I can work from home and then I can just take the job with me. Like, would you do that, Sarah? Would you go with me and travel?
Well, both of us get my job currently. I can't do that, but
okay. But if I find a job that works out great, will you come apply with me?
Sure.
And then we could take the podcast on the road.
Yep. Check that out.
Mm-hmm. But then the next problem is like, I just signed up for another 5 years of car payments. Yeah. That's another thing I thought. I was like, crap, I should have just not traded it in.
Yeah.
But I could always trade it away.
True.
And get out of that.
Sell it back.
Yeah.
That's an idea.
Except that's not going to work right now because I'm upside down.
Yeah.
I'll have to wait another year or two.
So Aaron, he's the heartthrob in this movie, Aaron Riley.
Yeah.
Or whatever. He is having a big party, as people do on
Halloween.
And he goes as his favorite character from his favorite movie.
Every year, because they keep making sequels.
Duh.
And he's Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow.
And he sends her a text and it has an emoji-con. And her friend says an emoji-con. And I was like, how old is this movie?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I mean, it's only from like 2012, so it's not that old.
It's ancient. Like, I don't even remember them being called emoji-cons.
Yeah.
They were I just remember them being smiley face. First of all, they were just like, like 2 colons. Dots and a colon. Then they became smiley faces. Yes. And then they became emojis. I missed the emoji con.
Yeah. Oh. Well, it's kind of like, okay, so I listened to this podcast that's people from Detroit or from Michigan. And they always call it AIM or AIM instead of
America's Motor City something?
No. So you know how we used to have AOL and
America Online
and all that stuff? Well, they call it, instead of AIM, they called it AIM. And I was like, what the hell are they talking about? Mm-hmm. They're like, you would sit in those rooms in the AIM and you would like chat with people. I'm like, AIM? AIM?
We always called it AIM.
Us too.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the hell are there? Michigan, why do you call it AIM? And then I was listening to something else and someone called it AIM. And I was like, it's AIM.
Oh my gosh.
Or AOL chat room. So they're excited to go to this party after they ditch the brother, if they are able to ditch the brother. And then they lose him and they're trying to find him. So they go to the convenience store because he's really into slushies. And the kid had already been at the convenience store and somehow befriended the guy behind the counter.
Well, he knew him from the arcade.
Yes. And his name was Fuzzy. And I was like, it's so weird that this adult is talking to this kid like this. And like,
but he doesn't have any friends.
Yeah, he doesn't. But then it like dawns on him, hey, I can't just like take this kid.
I'm not taking this kid.
Yeah, I'm not asking this kid to get in my car. Even though he was asking the kid to get into his car. It wasn't like that.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I actually got an invitation to one of the children's birthday parties tomorrow. He's turning 18.
Ugh.
Can you believe that? And so I was telling another coworker, I was like, because they put the wrong date on there. They're like Saturday, October the 9th. And I'm like, okay, so is the party on Saturday or on Sunday? Right. And so I was telling her and she's like, oh, you hang out with 18-year-olds? And I'm like, first of all, no. Second of all, it's the children, remember? And then she's like, oh my God, they're 18. I'm like, yes. Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't think they would hang out with me.
Yeah, like,
first of all, I haven't really like seen them since the pandemic.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they're quiet kids on their phones playing video games. So us hanging out would be just us sitting on the couch and each one of us being on our phones.
Yeah.
Which I would say would be a good hanging out.
Well, like Addison, friend of the show, Addison, his eldest son is in college now. He's like 19. And he hung out with just mostly adults. So he's like an adult to, to most of it. Obviously, we know he's not an adult yet. But like I could hang out with him if I wanted to. It would be weird though, but I could hang out with him. He's cool.
See, for me, the kids, I think of them as my nephews.
Yeah.
So for me, when I hang out with them, it's not really hanging out with them. It's more of like I'm taking them out to do something that I want to do that I'm sure they would love.
I mean, because we went to that wedding and he sat at the table with us because he rather sat with us than any of the other people.
Yeah.
And he drank a beer.
Yeah.
Now, we did not bring those beers. I want people to know that. I did not give him a beer. He got a beer and was drinking it.
And we're not his parents.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
No.
They knew he had it, so it wasn't a big deal. But
yep.
Anyways, so they show up after he's already left. They run into their friend Roosevelt. And he says to Ren, I think it's really cool. You don't have to dress sexy like the other girls. And she goes, thanks. Like, things that you shouldn't say to a girl. That's probably one of them.
No,
like,
I think that's really nice. Like, I look hot and I don't have to look slutty.
Yeah, but he said it just a little wrong. And like the way he said it was like, I'm so glad you're not dressing sexy like the other girls. Like, but what he meant was, you're so beautiful, you don't have to dress sexy like the other girls.
You don't have to flaunt it to distract. Oh, what is it? Pretty face weather is coming back.
There
Yay.
You go. Let's see here. So we meet the mom's boyfriend's friends.
Oh my God.
His friend showed up. He was wearing a toga over a animal and it said party animal.
It was
and
so
I thought,
bad.
that's kind of a clever costume. But there are very like 26-year-olds.
Not even. They're frat boys.
Yeah, I think
they're
they were even
young
younger.
20s. Yeah.
Well, they said they were 26, but
The boyfriend was 26. Well, I mean, I don't know. I was still partying into my 30s.
Yeah, I mean, I still go to parties now, but
It's not the same though.
I don't
like
party.
we don't have fun like we used to have fun.
I always have fun. I look drunk even when I'm sober. So, that's just my personality. But yeah, I know other people totally 100% can't party like they used to.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I'm not inclined to it.
Makes sense.
I'm older now. I can't recover like I used to. I remember like getting drunk and then going into work the next day.
So her friend April has been walking around very odd. She's dressed as a kitty cat. And she keeps asking her, like, what's wrong with you? Why are you walking so weird? And at first you think, oh, it's the high heels that she's been wearing. No, she nared her butt. Have you ever nared your butt?
I didn't know that was an option.
No, I wouldn't have thought that.
So no, I have not.
I have not nared my ass. I don't think I would nair my ass.
Is it like because the skin is more sensitive that it just became like itchy and irritant?
I guess. And
what I don't understand was like the smell was killing the cat now.
Apparently. I mean, Nair does have a very strong fragrance. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But what I think is really funny is that she decided to do that. Now, if you're in a place that's cold, your hair can grow back pretty quickly and it could be spiky and it could be itchy.
So maybe she did it like a week or two ago.
No, she said she did it that day. And I think it was the burning of the chemicals is what was making her butt chafe.
But dude, can you imagine when it grows back?
Oh God, it's so itchy. Like when you take a razor to your nether regions, you are making a choice. Mm-hmm. And that choice is either commitment. A, you keep it that way. Or B, you shave it and you're gonna have a problem in a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like it's not fun. As much fun as growing your real, hair on the top of your head is, it is 1,000 times less fun when that awkward stage.
Yeah.
Without getting too graphic. If I will.
I think we've passed that point.
It gets very
irritant.
Yes. Pokey, itchy, sweaty. It's not good. It's not good. It's not fun. Stop shaving. You don't have to shave if you don't want to. And don't shave your butthole. Go get it waxed if you must. Just don't do it on your own. Don't nair it. And then wear, I'm assuming, a thong that she probably was wearing. Not a good idea.
Bad combos.
Yeah, it really is. So Roosevelt, turns out he has a car and he keeps saying moms, and they thought he was just doing it kind of like
weird.
Yeah. Turns out, no, he has 2 moms.
And it's a Volvo.
Yeah.
Which makes total sense.
Yes. It's yellow.
It's like an old, 90s.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say yellow. It's tan.
Yeah.
That tannish.
And at one point when they're looking...
Do they even still make Volvos?
I think so.
Who's buying it?
Rich people. Isn't that like a rich person car?
I always felt like that was more like a Subaru type car, but more high luxury.
Like, I know, I'm almost positive that on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they had a Volvo, and he always wanted to drive it. But I could be wrong. So to me, it was a fancy people car. But at one point, they're looking for her brother.
Like they still exist, yeah.
They were looking for her brother, and she's like, "Oh, the chicken, Captain Chicken. Let's go there." And so they go there,
He loves chicken.
Yeah, they get in a fight with these two guys that are messing with him, and they duel in the parking lot. Roosevelt's friend, I don't remember his name. I want to say Tim.
I don't know.
I could be wrong. He's dressed as the guy who killed Andrew Jackson. Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton. Yes, but he's not dressed as Hamilton. He's dressed as the guy who killed Hamilton.
Burns?
Sure. That doesn't sound good.
It's that, once you start coughing.
Yeah, it's hard to stop. And so he has a musket, and the other guy,
that was so funny.
The other guy grabs a chicken, and so they're dueling, and then he shoots the chicken, and the guy screams like a little girl, and it's great.
Yeah.
And then that causes them to back up in the parking lot, and they hit the building, and it causes a giant chicken to fall on their car, and then the chicken is humping
oh my God,
their vehicle, which was pretty funny.
It was.
It was a good laugh.
So I've humped a car before.
That is not a sentence I think I've ever thought I'd hear someone say.
We were playing Spin the Bottle, Truth or Dare. And that was my dare. I had to hump the car. So I did. I wasn't the only one who humped that car. I think we've all violated that car at one point or another. Listen, when you play Truth or Dare with a close-knit group of friends, at that point, there's really no more secrets to tell.
True.
So all you can do is dares.
Dare them to hump cars. I mean, that makes sense.
I mean, what else is there to do?
Every Wednesday, this guy would hump my back because it was hump day.
See, there you go.
He did this to no one else. He just would come up behind me while I was sitting in biology, and he would hump my back. Mm-hmm. It was a thing. I don't know why.
He just decided, you're the hump girl.
Yeah, it was Wednesday, and he humped my back. Mm-hmm. And I didn't mind.
It was hey.
Yeah, I probably felt like a car. I turned very red, extremely red. I don't know why I didn't know it was going to happen, because it happened every Wednesday. And every Wednesday I would turn the shade of your shirt. She's wearing a red shirt, and he would hump my back. Mm. And yeah, me and my friend would giggle. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Mm-hmm. So they are, the little brother gets picked up by a girl and her friends, and he goes to the club with them.
Yeah, he goes raving.
Yeah, and Fuzzy, he had a girlfriend that broke with him, and she started dating this other guy named Yorng.
Oh my God.
Who's played by Johnny Knoxville.
I love him.
And he has a tattoo of a dragon smoking a cigarette. And the guy said that's redundant. And I thought, that's something April would say. I don't know why.
I mean, he already smokes fire.
I just love that that's what he nitpicked about him. Nothing else. He was just like, he has a tattoo of a dragon that smokes a cigarette. That's redundant.
I mean, how do we know it's really a cigarette? It could be like a blunt.
That's true too. Mm-hmm. Good point. Let's see here. Oh, and Johnny Knoxville steals the kids' candy.
Yeah, that's very Johnny Knoxville, though. That's very Johnny. It's on brand. He's like, if I'm going to be in this movie, I'm going to steal candy from a baby.
Yeah. Which that kid, by the way, is in his other movies.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah. Bad Grandpa.
Yeah. So one funny part I forgot to mention, when they were on their way to get the chicken, they were fighting over the radio.
Oh.
And it changed to, I guess, a CD of Josh Groban.
And like they dropped the knob or something.
Yeah. And so they couldn't turn it down, and the volume was really loud. And so they're trying to like discreetly do this. And then they're like, oh no, the uplimping chorus. You just see them in the car and it's like, you raise me up. And everybody's staring at them. It's hilarious.
Yeah, because they're like on that street where you go cruising on the weekends and like...
They're like, no, this is where everybody's at.
I would like... I ain't gonna lie.
Rock it out.
I ain't gonna lie. It would turn heads. I'd be like, okay, hell yeah. Like rocking the oldies.
Okay, so funny thing. My friend and I, this was a running bit. I don't know about you if you have running bits with your friends, but I had this running bit where every once in a while I would change the radio station to the jazz station. And I'd be like, oh, dude, this is my jam. And I would turn it up and it would be some kind of weird jazz song. And we would just rock out to it. Just with the windows down, and we would have the song on and go really hardcore. And that was our bit.
No, but I distinctly remember one time Sandra's brother picked us up, me, Rhonda, and Sandra. I don't know, like we would just start walking and then we would get tired and we would call somebody to come pick us up, you know, because we're done with adventures. And I remember one time we like called him to come pick us up and he had like a girl in the car, like he had a little convertible car, I think. And so he crammed us all in the back of his convertible and he turns on the music and like, I don't know what song it was, but it started playing like the Ice Cream Truck song.
Yeah.
And then it was like a rapping after that. But like the first thing you hear is just like the ice cream truck. And we just bust out laughing and we could not stop laughing. And then oh my gosh, Jose, I remember because I could see him in the rearview mirror. He was just giving us like dirty looks, which made us just laugh even harder.
It kind of reminds me of the first time I ever saw Harold and Kumar go to White Castle and they get in the car and it's Wilson Phillips and those guys' extreme vehicle their playlist. That makes me laugh. One other fun part is when the little kid goes to Johnny Knoxville's house with Fuzzy and they light a bag of poop on fire and then he kidnaps the kid, and while the sister comes to pick him up and he asked her to bring $200 because he's not going to have that money now. He got hurt, air quote, hurt in the incident. And he calls 911 and then puts 911 on hold. And she goes, you're going to put 911 on hold? Like the operator said that. She's just like, hello.
Yeah. And then they go through this whole scene and I'm like, is she still on hold? And sure enough, the camera pans back to her on hold, just like sitting there.
Yeah, she's like, I'm still on hold.
But not really. They just set the phone down so she can hear everything.
Yes.
And Fuzzy comes to rescue them.
Yes. And he strips down naked and the cops chase after him.
He sacrifices himself.
Is there any other parts that you want to discuss?
I think one of my favorite scenes is like when the little kid is getting down at the rave.
Yeah.
You know, like he's really into it and the girl's dancing with him. And it reminds me of like right now, what's popular is, you know, like the TikTok dances and the battle royale dances.
Yeah.
Where you will see people having little dance offs, you know, and it's just so cute.
True.
I love it.
I think we kind of discussed all my favorite parts. I just think this movie was fun. It's very babysitter or adventures in babysitting.
Yeah, I will say I liked that one more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this film was okay.
It was a poor man's attempt at adventures in babysitting. It was a Nickelodeon attempt at
It was a poor replacement for a great review.
Yeah.
The Munsters really killed my mood.
It really did. It was bad.
I can talk to you right now about Blair Witch without having seen it in years.
Yeah. Don't waste your time watching The Munsters.
Just watch the Blair Witch.
It's terrible.
Did you ever make little Ouija boards out of like paper?
No, I had my own Ouija board.
My mother would not buy me a Ouija board. And I'm like, seriously, it's a toy. It's cardboard. It's not real. And she would not.
And why do you want it?
I was like, I want to play with it. See if anything happens. And so then we would just make our own Ouija board out of paper. Nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
Did anything happen with your Ouija board?
No. I know that I didn't push it around the board, but I know someone else did.
Yeah.
I know I didn't because I can't spell. So it wasn't me.
Maybe that dead person can't spell. What if you die and I'm trying to talk to you?
A dyslexic ghost.
And I'm like, stop moving it, Susan. I swear it's not me. Sarah would never spell her name without an H.
Right? That never would be me. All right. Well, so April.
Yes.
What would you rate this movie?
You know what? I will never, ever watch this again.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
I barely watched it the first time. I would probably give this a 4 out of 10. It turns out that the Spidey arm that he was missing had a camera in it.
I don't think that was actually true.
How did he record all that shit?
It was in his lunchbox.
Oh, I forgot that bit.
Yeah. It was taped in his
XOXO.
lunchbox. I love how you come up with theories and you're just like, that's what it is.
I thought that's what it was. There was a camera in there the whole time.
No.
XOXO.
I would give this a 6 out of 10. I think it's fun. It's the second time I've seen it. I enjoyed it both times. It definitely was better than the Munsters.
Anything is better than the Munsters.
Yeah. Even that movie we hate is better than the Munsters.
Listen. Oh God.
The English Patient.
I have finished watching The English Patient 3 times. I was stupid enough to watch it 2 more times after hating it the first time. And this movie, I thought I knew the show. Yeah. And so we actually watched about 5 minutes of the TV show just to be like, what was this show about? I remember it just being a regular show, and it was like, at least the 5 minutes we saw, it's a regular TV show, like a regular little sitcom where they're just a monster family.
Yeah.
And of course they have little tidbits about their references to their monsterness, but for the most part, they're coming up with regular shenanigans and how being a monster could, turn that little scenario upside down.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
I definitely remember liking the Addams Family more. Da-na-na-na. But we only saw about 5 minutes of the Munsters. It could have been like one of their not best episodes on top of that.
Yeah.
So maybe we should watch the top 10 best Munster episodes.
I think we should stop making the Munsters happen.
But what about the Monster Mash? Can we still do that?
Yes, because that's not the Munster Mash. It's the Monster Mash.
It was a dance.
It was a graveyard smash. So, April.
Yes.
Where can people tell us about their monster movies?
You can reach out to us at Two Chicks Talking Flicks over at gmail.com.
You can reach us at Two Chicks Talking Flicks on Instagram.
Guess what? We have a Facebook, Two Chicks Talking Flicks.
And we have a TikTok, Two Chicks Talkin Flicks.
Uh-huh. If you found this podcast, then you can surely find us on one of the other socials.
Yeah, and rate, review us, give us 5 stars, because that'd be great.
Oh my God, share with your friends.
We have all 5 stars, but that doesn't say much because we only have 40 reviews. So, give us more reviews. That'd be great.
Yes.
All right, guys, until next time.
Toodles. Bye.
This episode was produced by Two Chicks Talkin Flicks. Music was produced by Michael Girvani. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to be a part of the show, have a movie suggestion, or just want to give us some love, you can email us at twochickstalkinflicks@gmail.com. Thanks, guys. Toodles.